What I find is we don't take into account the loss and the damage that we have throughout the year. We don't take into account the hours spent in labor when it comes to sorting the linen and distributing it to the guest floors. We also don't take into account what it does in the team member morale, as well as the employee turnover on the housekeeping side. And what I mean by those items is, if you don't know where your linen is, if you don't know what you have in inventory, when you're looking at the operation from 5,000 feet, everything looks great on paper, but you don't truly know where the towels are, where the sheets are, where the comforters are. Your team members don't know where that is, and they're scrambling to get the operation done. That has an impact on their daily productivity. It has an impact on their mindset, which can lead to higher turnover. And then truly, when you do your inventory, some hotels do it once a month, some hotels do it quarterly. You really don't know how much linen you have, and you really don't know where that linen is going. So I think we underestimate that because we go off of our latest numbers. But if those latest numbers were done a month ago, it's already changed. So that's what I think hotels really need to take into consideration when it comes to the linen and the laundry. When it comes to the linen, I think the biggest thing that I typically underestimate, or that I have underestimated in the past, was you want to reach full par. That's always your goal. You want to make sure you're near full par with everything. And you underestimate the loss that you're going to have throughout the year. You underestimate the damage that you're going to have. And you map out, say you're $100,000 short of your full par. You kind of map it out over the 12 months. And you put a little overage in because you know you're going to lose some. But again, this ties back to doing your inventory. And because it's all done human error happens all the time. It just does. It's realistic. And you don't know, again, what you truly have. So that at the end of the first quarter, you think you should be at a certain percentage of par, and you're not even close to that number. And then you're figuring out on the back end, how am I going to get to where I need to be? What am I going to make up? How am I going to make savings so I can apply more to my linen purchase? And again, I look at the team member experience, and we don't know what goes into that employee turnover. But I do know that if your team members have the tools and equipment to do their job, and in housekeeping that is linen, they're going to be happy. And if we can't provide those basics to them, that is going to lead to turnover. And what that is training costs, new hire costs. So those are all the costs that we as hotel operators may not take into consideration when we're looking at linen. So again, you're not just talking about the linen expense, you're also talking about your team member, your cost per occupied room, your productivity cost as well. My recommendation is, number one, you got to think outside the box. We're in 2026, heading into 2027. The old ways of doing linen, which is counting it manually, doing it once a quarter, doing it once a month, doing it, I don't know, twice a year, whatever that may be for a hotel, that needs to stop. You really need to look at the technology. We're becoming an AI-driven industry. And I'll be honest, I was not the first one that believed in RFID technology. I was very skeptical of it. But I think you need to look at your investment on RFID technology. And what I mean by that is, look at your CPOR right now for, just take your linen, your house person, and room attendant. What is your CPOR you have budgeted, okay? And then what is the cost per occupied room heading into your 2027 budget with your full investment on RFID technology? You'll see that it's not a huge investment when you look at it from a CPOR perspective. What you will see once you implement that is your budgeted CPOR is going to come down significantly in 2027. You're going to have better productivity from your team members. You're not going to have missing linen. You're going to know every single day what you have, and whatever is not on property, if you send it off site, you're going to know exactly where it is and how many pieces. You're going to know how many times that linen was washed. So I really think that hotels need to explore RFID technology if they have not already. I would tell them to look at processes, look at operating processes, and what are we truly doing that can be streamlined? What can we do that will make our jobs easier, make our team members' jobs easier? And mine all ties back again to, from the room side in housekeeping, is linen control, linen inventory. Implementing RFID technology streamlines everything. What used to be a once a month process is now a daily process. What used to take 2 hours once a month, and then we don't know how accurate it is because we have team members going to floors doing what they have to do, and then we plug in the numbers to a spreadsheet and we compare it to the prior month, and we're like, wow, we're short on linen, or we're short on this. Why are we short on this? Let's go do a recount because the number doesn't look right. Now it literally takes us at our hotel 20 minutes. And I can tell you where our linen is. I can tell you how much of our linen we have. We do that twice a day. And then what we do is, because we have our storage closets on every floor, we present that to our team members at the start of the day. They know now where all the linen is. Let's be honest, let's be real when you're talking about hotel operations. Your room attendants and your housemen, they work together and they put certain amounts of items on specific floors because they like that person or they like that team member. They want to make sure it's convenient for them. Now there's an even distribution, and you're not running from floor 10 to floor 2 to get towels because that's where team member A stashed all the towels. They're now evenly distributed, everybody knows. So what we found and what we've seen since we implemented that is our team's more productive. Our team is happier. We have the highest cleanliness scores in the history of our hotel. Our cleanliness scores right now are about a 96%. We're at 95.8 year to date. That's unheard of. And it's not because we're doing anything different. It's because all of our tools are accessible at all times. So I think it's really looking at those processes that impact your team on a daily basis that really are a heavy expense. And let's be honest, housekeeping labor and housekeeping linen is the biggest expense of a hotel besides maybe banquets and China glass silver. So having those controls reduces that cost, increases the morale, and the turnover also reduces, which becomes happier team members, more productive team members, less turnover time for guest rooms. The guest rooms are getting flipped faster for our guests to check into. So overall, it is a win-win. It's an upfront investment, but the investment pays for itself over time.